Hi, I'm Rich Frawley, and I'm the Digital Forensic Specialist with ADF Solutions. Today we are going to collect files from a specific location using targeted folders. Targeted folders may be used to limit the extent of a scan, making it run quicker. They can also be used to limit the search to areas where evidential material is likely to exist. At this point, you have started to create your own search profile and want to collect files from a specific location. And this can be either specific files from a specific location or all files from a specific location. A few examples of this are the quick and intermediate general and child exploitation search profiles, which target the user profiles only. Or our iOS mobile sync collection, which collects all the files located within the targeted location mobile sync backup directory. For a targeted collection of a specific file type, for example, collecting only PST files from the user's targeted path. Anything outside of the targeted folder location can be collected using the entire file system selection. So let's start, and we'll go to Setup Scans. We'll go to the Function toolbar and select New Profile. And then we'll go back to the Function toolbar and select New Capture. And we're going to collect files. Let's say I wanted to collect all files from the Public Documents folder, a location which allows sharing between users on a Windows computer. Some software manufacturers have set this as their default location when multiple users are allowed to use a program. First, we'll type an existing capture group name or a new capture group name. In this case, we'll call it My Captures. And then we want to give it a capture name which is not already in use and specific to the task, for ease of identification. And in this case, it will be Public Documents. So we're going to select all files because I'm looking to collect all the files from that targeted folder location. Our options could be ignored at this point, and then we want to go to Targeted Folders and select View, which brings us into our targeted folders screen. Over to the Function toolbar, and we're going to click on Include Folder. And we're going to add our desired folder path. You can see here I have /users, /public, /documents, and then / with the regular expression dot and asterisk, which would represent any character any amount of times. This will substitute for parts of the path that may be varied or unknown, so it will also collect any subfolders and any files in this folder location. Once I've entered that, I select OK. We're going to get our warning that says changes made to the targeted folders affect all captures. And you can see now My Captures, Public Documents folder, any file or all files that are in that location. Identification doesn't matter. We're selecting all the files that are in that location, no matter what they are. And then we are targeting that Public Documents location. So we have this capture created. I'm going to hit Save. It is now part of my search profile. We're going to give this a name of Custom Documents. And my notes collects all files in the Public Documents location. That's all we want to do with this search profile. That one capture, select Next. We do not need any options at this point. We're going to save, and then I can see there's my custom Public Documents search profile, and we are ready to run. I have here the results of the scan that was done on a 250 gigabyte Dell. It collected 32 files from the targeted location and took only 2 minutes to complete. But this also includes a full file and folder listing of the entire device scanned. So back in the results for the public documents folder, we can see that there are log files that were collected from the targeted location. And let's say they were significant to the investigation. We can go back and copy and modify the capture to target log files to suit our specific needs. So let me close out of our results. We'll go into Setup Scans, find our custom public documents, search profile, and click Edit. So I want to copy this capture, and I'm not going to want to use this capture when I modify this profile. So I'm going to deselect that and select Copy. So I've made a copy of the public documents. It's going to force me to make a new name, and we're going to just call this log file collection. And what we did was we targeted the public documents folder for all files. Now we're going to change to specific files. I'm going to go to miscellaneous artifacts, going to select log, select OK. So now I have log files selected. We're going to identify them by file extension. That's the fast extension. Just going to look for files that have .log. We make our decision whether we want to look in archives for log files, anything embedded in documents or PictureDB files. Here is going to be archives. And then our file source. We had our targeted folder. So I'm going to switch this up. We're not going to use the public documents because we've already collected that. What we're going to switch to is our users directory. So I already know it's going to be in users. We're going to select that so anything in the user profiles will be collected. So all log files, even if they're in archives, in the user profiles, and then I'm going to select entire file system. So once these changes are made, we're now targeting all log files in the user profiles, so all of the user profiles first, and then the rest of the entire file system. This is good practice when you have time, but you don't know how much time. Gathering the data from the targeted location before moving on to the rest of the file system without repeating the targeted locations. So to summarize, targeted folders may be used to limit the extent of the scan, making it run quicker. These can be used to limit the search to areas where evidential material is likely to exist. In addition, targeted folders are searched before other folders and are not searched again if both targeted folders and entire file system are selected. You are not limited. You can create several targeted searches to run within your search profile, including keyword and hash captures as well. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.